Oh man, so Fantom is down 5%, and I need to show you exactly where we are at in the Fantom chart and what my price points are, because things are looking a little bit precarious right now. If you haven't watched my Bitcoin video from earlier in the day, go watch that so you understand why this dump happened on Bitcoin and what this means. I've also posted a video on the crypto bill, so if you've heard about this crypto bill and you're not sure what it means, go watch that video and you understand what it means. But here we're talking about Fantom, and as you can see, Bitcoin very quickly is sitting below 30,000, okay? It's there at 29,900, and it's down 5% on the day. Fantom is creating an important pattern, but what I want to look at is crypto is severely down, but the wider markets have managed to U-turn today. After initially being red, they've now turned green. You've got the NASDAQ up 0.2%, S&P up 0.16. You can call it flat to slightly positive, but what's interesting is crypto is not following at all. Okay, so crypto is not turning the day around. It's remaining in the red, and we covered off a few of the things that happened over the Asian time zones, which led the Asian markets to be in the red before US markets opened up. We spoke about all of that in the video earlier, so go watch that Bitcoin video. I speak about the Australian rates being increased to 50 basis points, which is worrying the markets. You've got 10-year treasury yields up at above 3%. Okay, that's just notched down now, which is probably why the market's rallying. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, when this is over 3%, remember, this just means investing in a bond is more attractive than investing in crypto, right? Why take a risk in crypto or high growth stocks like the stocks in the NASDAQ to risk a 5, 6, 7, 8% when you can get 3% guaranteed in a treasury note? So this is how institutions and investors work. And the higher this goes up, this is going to continue to go up as quantitative tightening progresses. Now, remember, we're in for a volatile week. Don't be surprised. Fear and greed index continues to sit at 15. There's fear in the market. We saw a bunch of liquidations on Bitcoin, taking us back down to the downside. And these are the whale games that people get caught up in. Just like we saw on the run up to this side, you just get thrown back straight down to the side, and you saw the exact same here. The whales know where your positions are, where you're trying to go long, and they just liquidate you here. So be very, very careful. If you guys are trading this, you could do so on BYBIT, you can do so on PRIMEXBT. I have affiliate links for both of those in the description, which help the channel. BYBIT will give you up to $4,000 plus in rewards, which you can earn when you get yourself set up on BYBIT. So just go ahead, deposit in BYBIT. We're also doing a free iPad giveaway with BYBIT for my 10,000 subscriber celebration. So if you're a subscriber and you deposit at least $1 in BYBIT using my link below, you're going to enter that draw to win an iPad. You've also got PRIMEXBT offering you guys up to $7,000. Use those platforms, but do not go crazy with leverage. I don't want you guys doing this, right? It's like, you know, you can have a knife which you can use for good, you can use for bad. Everybody heard this before, and we all need to use crypto exchanges, but you don't need to get yourself wrecked. You don't need to sit here with a long position at 100x waiting to go to the moon. That's not what we talk about on this channel. It's about blending fundamentals with technicals. If you watch my content over the weekend, I said we were heading into a very precarious week, because we know the CPI data comes out on Friday. CPI is coming out on Friday. We need to pay close attention to that. We need to see a CPI inflect down. If we don't, and CPI continues to remain 6% or higher, we could see the markets fall to the downside, because that could mean Jerome Powell could try to become more aggressive in the FOMC meeting next week, which is June the 14th and 15th. So mark your diaries. Friday CPI, June the 14th and 16th, we've got the FOMC meeting where we're expecting, and the market is expecting, a double rate hike again, okay? So if we head on over to the Fed rate monitor tool, you can see 93% of the market has priced in another double rate hike. So get that in your diary, make sure you know what's going on, and if you are taking trades, don't get caught up, know what you're doing, get your entry points, get your stop losses, don't get wrecked, no leverage, trade it on spot like I do, and just do it the sustainable, pragmatic way. Okay, so let's come on to the Fantom pattern. And remember, with Fantom, we were entering this symmetrical triangle, and you could see we started to break out to the downside. Okay, all right, mate. You can see we started to break out to the downside, and when we came to the downside, you can remember I said don't be surprised if we get a retest. Okay, and on the retest, it's far better to enter a trade on the retest because you have more confirmation. This touch of the trend line is confirmation that you're going to bounce back down because you got rejected again from the 38 cents. Now, you've seen some good support come in from 34. I'm seeing a little bit of last bit of support here at 33. from this pivot point here. But if we lose these levels now over the next set of hours, we could be looking at a 30-cent Fantom, and then lower price target at the bottom of the wedge is 24. Now that's going to obviously depend on what happens with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to have to play out the down scenario for this to play out to the downside. Now I personally don't short, so I won't be shorting this move, but I fully do expect it to move to the downside unless something happens for Bitcoin to start running back up to 30, but I can't see that right now. This is a nervy week right now, and if anything, my bias is that Bitcoin is probably going to try head towards 28,600 to test that level again. Similarly with Bitcoin, you're seeing some really good support from where my cursor is right now at about 29,300 level. You bounced a bit here, bounced a bit here. You can see how we traded along there, and similarly now. So it doesn't really want to come down to these levels, but it may have to, because we can't seem to get any momentum to the upside. Now, if you haven't, I'm going to post a video later on today on Professor Bernard Schultz. So he's just joined Fantom as the new chief research officer. You remember we covered that off. He officially started on May the 1st, and he gave his first interview on why he joined, what he thinks he can improve as Fantom, what are the weaknesses. So I'm going to post that video. Make sure you guys all look out for that and watch it, because you get some interesting insights into why he's joining. I think it's a real coup for Fantom to have somebody like that heading up the project. So long term, I'm not bothered, right? When I look at the Fantom chart long term, I just look at it as an opportunity to dollar cost average in. I don't let myself get too excited with allocations. I don't let myself get too heavily invested, and I just keep the percentages sensible. So as long as you're doing that and you're not holding a crazy amount of a low cap project like Fantom, this is a good risk to reward play to ride up in the next bull market. But if you're overexposed, if you're getting too excited and you're holding too much Fantom, or it makes you nervous, or you're having sleepless nights, that's often an indicator that it's misallocated in your portfolio. Right? Very, very important. Bitcoin, Ethereum, large market caps, you should hold much more of those than Fantom or Algorand or Avalanche in your portfolio, right? You should have more Bitcoin than Avalanche, for instance. This is the basics. But when we try to get greedy, just like I showed you there, where the whales manipulate and dump and liquidate the market for the traders who are too overzealous, too overeager, it's the same for long-term investors. If you're too overzealous, if you just load your portfolio with altcoins looking for 100x over the next period, you're going to get wrecked too. You need to go through the process, balance it. You know the safest asset is Bitcoin. Thereafter, it's Ethereum. Thereafter, you know what it is, and you can work your way and build a sustainable portfolio. Because the reality is, you've just seen through this winter how badly altcoins can get affected, how quickly they can start to shrink, and you therefore cannot hold too much of them. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, do look out for that interview coming a little bit later on today with Professor Bernard Schultz, who has joined Fantom as their chief research officer. You're going to look forward to it. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be good insights. Go watch the videos I link up here. They're going to be really interesting. If you've not watched the breakdown of layer 2 solutions, really important that you start to understand what are layer 2 solutions, why are they important, and how can we start investing in them. I'll link them up here. Go watch it, and I'll see you in the next one.